Hello everyone, named Jalisa, JJ Mutisa, Game User Better, and I want to give my Game of Thrones Season 6 review. Now, there are 6 seasons of Game of Thrones, and I'm gonna be spoiling the shit out of Game of Thrones Season 6, so if you have not seen the recent season, Game of Thrones, just get out now, because I'm gonna be spoiling the shit. And like all my videos, I like to start off with what I did not like about the season. Okay, here's the thing, the transportation device. There is a transportation device in Game of Thrones. All these characters could appear literally and fucking everywhere. Like first episode, okay, let's say for example, if Jaime Lannister was in King Landing one day, and the next episode he's all the way in Castle Black. I mean, that's how much a fucking teleportation thing is annoying with this. I mean, for every single season of Game of Thrones, we had the slow thing that dragged out. It took a while for our characters to get through everywhere. But now it's just like everyone's here, everyone's there, everyone's there. It's just really quick pace, and it kind of brings off the pace of it's not the pace off the entire season, because the season overall had its own pace, but it's different from all the paces of Game of Thrones. This is the weirdest pace for Game of Thrones by far for its characters, because characters usually take fucking forever just to get to one place in Earth. Remember when Jaime Lannister was basically let go by Catelyn Stark in the end of season 2, and at the end of season 3 he's with Cersei. It took an entire season just for him to get to King's Landing. This, it's more like boom, he's there immediately, after one episode, which is kind of bad, because it takes away from what Game of Thrones is built up upon. Then again, I don't want dragged out storyline, so I'll take it. Let's start off with the bad. Besides also the transportation, the Dorne storyline. Dorne only appears in 2 episodes this season, which I'm happy about. And here's the thing: you know how everyone loved Oberyn Martell? I loved him so much. I cannot stand his wife or his daughters. The daughters start a civil war in Dorne. They kill They kill Oberyn's they kill off Oberyn's brother. They kill off Oberyn's freaking nephew, the prince, the one that was married to Cersei's daughter that was gonna get married. They killed him off. The whole family killed him off, and it's just like, what kind of epic bullshit? You used to talk about Cersei and Lannisters for killing off your family and hurting them, and you don't want revenge, but you're willing to kill your own family to get revenge. It's fucking idiotic. It's fucking hypocritical. And overall, besides the main character in season 4 for the Dorne storyline, Oberyn Martell, he was the best part of the entire Dorne storyline. And I liked his brother. The brother was nice and smart, and overall, I thought he was a pretty interesting character along with that. But his daughters are fucking idiots. They killed the freaking prince. They killed off the bodyguard. You know that big bodyguard that was protecting the prince, and then he would punch Bronn in the face with one hand, and he brought Bronn down on his knees with one hand. Yeah, they kill him off in the most stupidest fucking way in the beginning of this entire season, and it was fucking stupid. The Dorne storyline is utter shit. It will always be shit. Now, another thing, they kill off the direwolves. They literally kill off the direwolves. Brandon Stark's direwolf dies in the most stupidest way. I just think Rickon Stark direwolf dies off screen. Also the Blackfish dies off screen, which is fucking, please let that not happen. If he's actually died off screen, we don't get to see his death. It's fucking stupid. You brought back the actor for so long. He was missing, and now he's back. You don't give him a full time screen death. It's fucking stupid, but I'm hoping it's not that. But going back to the direwolves, I just think they didn't want to pay no more money for special effects, so they kill off the direwolves. Here's the thing. Also, what I did not like about this season, that Theon Greyjoy did not end it freaking Ramsay Bolton. Yes, I'm happy that Sansa got that and justified the means. Sansa Stark did beat freaking Ramsay Bolton. She did it. She got him dead. She killed him. She fed him to the dogs. Yes, she did it. But why not Theon Greyjoy? Here's the thing. Sansa got raped, and yes, rape is a harsh thing. But Theon Greyjoy, I believe, deserved more to kill Ramsay of anybody in the entire series, just because, besides him losing his dick, Ramsay created Theon into Reek. He gave him a new identity. He tortured him for weeks, for days, and he made him into a different creature. Sansa Stark, you could say, oh, well, he made her be fiercer and stronger. Well, really, she got raped and maybe a couple hurt sometimes, but she didn't lose like a body part. She wasn't tortured every single day. I mean, it was a very short, limited period of time when she was tortured by Ramsay Bolton. What, like 2-3 weeks, a month most? But with Theon Greyjoy, man, he lasts like years. It lasted at least 2 years with with Ramsay Bolton. Theon Greyjoy lasted 2 years with Ramsay Bolton of torture and psychological torment. I think Theon should have killed Ramsay at the end and said, "My name is Theon Greyjoy, not Reek." At least have him stand out. The fact is that he didn't even say something to Ramsay, or it's like at least left a message, or how I prefer if Sansa just said like, "Oh, Theon Greyjoy sends his regards." That would have been interesting. Like, that's Sansa showing Ramsay, like, you know what, you hurt a friend of mine, we're getting back. This is for Theon Greyjoy and me, but not so much. But that, and again, that's the writer's fucking fault, not the girl who plays Sansa Stark. Okay, what else did I not like about this season? They really rushed, like I said, the transportation, and they rushed her storyline just because I feel like they're trying to end this series quick. I think this season's Game of Thrones is gonna end in season 8 or season 7. I'm not 100% sure, but if it does, I will not complain. Now, Osha and Rickon Stark, they appear and they die. The whole point of Osha protecting Rickon Stark went to automatic fail, and Rickon Stark is now dead, thanks to Ramsay, and he killed Osha. So all those things you see of Osha and Rickon, you see how they, in one episode, they're just going away while Bran Stark's going to the north. Yeah, well, that fucking happened, and they are brought back just to get killed off. That's it. Now let's start with what I like. The Brandon Stark's journey was freaking amazing. This season had a lot of great moments because it revealed so many great things about Game of Thrones. We learned so much, especially with the Brandon Stark storyline. One, we learned about the Three-Eyed Raven, who he is, what he's trying to... We get the origins of the White Walkers, how they're created by the Children of the Forest. You see the Children of the Forest have conversation with Brandon Stark. We get flashbacks of Brandon Stark going back in time and looking at how people were, seeing his father for the first time, seeing his father in the Tower of Joy scene. And later on, the Tower of Joy scene, it really much confirms a whole thing of Jon Snow, what he truly is, which is, spoiler alert, more than likely a Targaryen. Is more than likely, more than possible. And so, yeah, that's my overall opinion of that. And Brandon Stark's journey overall was awesome. And let's not forget a special thanks to Hodor. He hold the door. That was a tragic episode. I mean, my God, what a fantastic episode that was, and it was just so sad to see Hodor gone. And again, the whole, besides the killing of the direwolf scenes, that was fucking stupid, but Brandon Stark's journey to become the Three-Eyed Raven was awesome, and we get Benjen Stark back. They took out Hodor and they brought Benjen Stark back, and we see him back. We get his explanation of why he's alive and how he's going to help freaking Brandon Stark survive. Another thing I did enjoy was the King's Landing storyline. Actually, it was my least favorite till the end. I mean, King's Landing storyline all the time was interesting in Game of Thrones Season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Especially is Season 5 with the whole High Sparrow stuff. And this one, it's a slow burn, pun intended. Cersei Lannister has convinced, is trying to reclaim everything, what her family has lost her power. While the Tyrells are pissed off at freaking Cersei for doing this shit, with Marjorie being in prison, and Loras being in prison, the grandmother, Elena, is just very pissed off at Cersei. And at the end of the day, Cersei Lannister got her revenge. The High Sparrow is dead. All the Sparrows are dead. Lance Lannister is dead. Master Pycelle is dead. Marjorie Tyrell and Loras Tyrell are dead because of a big explosion with wildfire. She has wiped them all out. And here's the thing. Marjorie Tyrell is one of my favorite characters of Game of Thrones. She is my second favorite female character, right Arya Stark is my favorite. But Marjorie Tyrell to die, it really just crushed me because I'm like, she was a very interesting character. They developed her every single season. She was strong. When people think like, oh, the best female character, most people are going to either say Arya Stark or Sansa. Arya, I completely understand. Sansa, no way, no how. Sansa Stark, I fucking hate her as a character. Sansa Stark to me is nothing but a spoiled little princess at the beginning of the season, and she remains that way till she actually does something in this season. Marjorie Tyrell, she lost the game to Cersei, even though she didn't know she was still playing against Cersei. She just thought about escaping the High Sparrow, but Cersei took them all out in one fell swoop with the wildfire, and now they're all gone. And the sad part is, Tommen died. Tommen committed suicide. And I'm kind of iffy with how Cersei, basically, again, spoiler alert, how she became queen at the end. I'm just not overall happy that how she reacted after her son's death. Maybe she's like she doesn't give a fuck. She just wanted the drone because it doesn't really clarify how Cersei is. She's grieving for her son, but she's like, if you're gonna die, you're just gonna die. I mean, that's the point where Cersei just stops giving a fuck. Cersei has given less than a fuck no more. She's totally the Mad Queen. And now Jaime's still in love with her still. And overall, the King's Landing storyline was awesome. Jaime was struggling with who he was. He was struggling basically protecting Cersei. He says, I swear revenge, I will do anything. He's totally loyal to Cersei. He stops the siege of River Run. He has an interesting storyline with Brienne. And he has an interesting storyline with I forgot the guy that was in who was Brutus in Rome. I forgot the guy's freaking name. He was a Tully, but overall, Jaime's storyline was overall pretty dang good this season. Jon Snow's come back from the dead. I mean, Jon Snow coming back from the dead was awesome, and him aligning with Sansa, him reuniting with Sansa Stark, him as Davos as his survivor with Tormund Giantsbane rallying the entire North against Ramsay Bolton was awesome, and him taking out Ramsay was awesome. And Ramsay killed his own father. Ramsay developed as a character to the full-fledged villain, and Jon Snow became the full-fledged hero, and they collided, and Jon Snow won, even though we lost 1-1 in the Battle of the Bastards. And overall, it was a pretty dang great season. I mean, Jon Snow's storyline was awesome. Granted, I feel like Sansa Stark, I'm just never been a fan of Sansa Stark, and I'd say this is her best season. But considering it's 6 fucking seasons where she actually did something, is fucking atrocious. And she's barely did anything. Another thing, Littlefinger was more or less in the background. Sansa Stark was pissed at Peter Baelish for about the freaking about not telling her about Ramsay Bolton, which in reality it's her own dumb fault. I mean, she marries a man, she marries into a family knowing that killed her own brother. I mean, their banner is a fucking flayed man. I mean, you literally have to be a retard not to notice that. But yes, she still blames him. Also, Brienne is sworn loyalty to her. Brienne helped Sansa Stark throughout this time. We get this little thing with Brienne and Tormund Giantsbane, which I just loved. And yeah, I like them together. So I guess I'm shipping them together. So overall, season 6 of Game of Thrones, awesome, fantastic for Jon Snow's storyline. Again, Littlefinger was in the background. I can't wait to see more of him later on. I think Sansa Stark has screwed the wrong guy over, and he's probably going to get his revenge on Sansa Stark. Oh, it's going to be interesting. And Jon Snow's King of the North. And it's kind of a little bit stupid that how Stannis offered Jon Snow, hey, join us. I'll make you the King of the... I'll make you, the Warden of the North. You'll sit in Winterfell. You will be Jon Stark. Well, at the end of the season, he's still Jon Snow, but he's the King of the North. So, Tormund Giantsbane Dave will stare like Jon Snow's no king. Yes, he is. He is officially the King of the North. So, it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen for Season 7 of Game of Thrones. I'm looking forward to it. Another thing, Daenerys Targaryen storyline, it was just really okay, she was captured by the Dothraki, she defeated the Dothraki, she goes back to Meereen, and then she takes care of everything, and then at the end of the day, she makes an alliance with the Greyjoys, and we get the little Greyjoy storyline coming involved. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but she basically gets her army, she gets the Greyjoys with Yara and Theon signing with her to take King's Landing. Also, Dorne and Alayna Tyrell are also wanting revenge against the Lannisters, so they're probably going to work with Daenerys Targaryen, since Varys is talking to both Alayna Tyrell and Martells, and they're basically going to form an alliance with the Daenerys Targaryen. And Daenerys Targaryen also, for some odd fucking reason, left I forgot her lover. I forgot the guy that he's a sellsword, Daario Naharis. She left Daario Naharis in charge of the city afterwards. Why? He's not leader. It would be more much sense in Missandei or Grey Worm if she left in charge over there. But then again, she needs her army, but she needs someone to protect the people. And I guess Daario Naharis will prove him to be a leader. Also, they wrap up Jorah Mormont's storyline. They don't kill him off, but she just hopes he gets better and hopes to find a cure. She demands he finds a cure. And they leave off good terms. I don't think we're going to see him for the rest of the series. Who knows what's going to happen to him. And at the end of the day, Tyrion did a good job in Meereen. In my opinion, not his greatest season, but overall, a pretty dang good season for Peter Dinklage's character Tyrion. And right now, Daenerys Targaryen, along with Tyrion, Grey Worm, Missandei, the Greyjoys, are going to King's Landing to fight Queen Cersei with her Master Qyburn and the Mountain and Jaime Lannister and the Lannister army. I mean, the Lannisters are all but doomed next year. Daenerys Targaryen has 3 dragons, Unsullied. She has some of the, not Yunkai. She has the Blood Riders. The Dothraki she has, and what else does she have? She has the Greyjoy fleet. I say the only person that can align with the Lannisters, again, is the Greyjoys. And there are 2 factions of Greyjoys. There's one where Theon and Arya's uncle comes back, kills the father, and takes over, and he's declared king of the Iron Islands. And he has a bigger fleet, so he's probably going to work with Cersei. I'll marry you, you'll be king, and then overall they'll attack the freaking Cersei. They'll attack Cersei, and that Greyjoy will fight against Daenerys Targaryen, against Dorne, against the Martells, because overall that's what's going to be. But overall, for season 6 of Game of Thrones, was freaking awesome. Nearly every single minute was great. I felt like things were fucking rushed. I still don't like Sansa Stark as a character. I'm kind of irking inside just a bit, because a character that it gets developed every single fucking season, like Margaery Tyrell, freaking dies, and Sansa Stark, who nearly never progresses during any season, and she finally does something and she still lives, makes no fucking sense to me. It'll be like to me if Sansa Stark becomes the entire queen of Game of Thrones, if she sits on Iron Island and Peter Baelish never sits on it, or at least he never comes close to it. If Sansa gets on there, then I'll be like the most useless character who didn't do nothing overall. And she literally does nothing overall. I'm sorry, I'll go into a different video why I hate Sansa Stark for what she's done, and she barely did anything this season. Yeah, she got Peter Baelish to come with the Vale army. That's about it. Peter Baelish only came with the dang army just because he needed Sansa. He wanted Sansa Stark on his side. He wants Sansa. That's all he wants about her. If Peter Baelish was not attracted to Sansa Stark would have been dead. He could have just swam over the Vale people and wildlings. He could have killed every single one of them with the Vale army. It's that fucking simple. But overall, Peter Baelish is still around. I'm happy about that. Another thing, Arya's storyline, she was blinded in the beginning of this season. She got it back, and she finally realized that she doesn't want to be a faceless man. She's Arya Stark of Winterfell. And overall, her ability to become an assassin, to work in how to fight in the dark, blinded, to turn into a cold-blooded killer, this is the Arya Stark we needed. And some people say it was a wasted storyline for her to go to Bravos, but to me, she became a trained killer. She trained how to work. She trained how to listen to people, to interact, how to lie really good under hurt and torture. She knows how to do it now. She knows how to get by and sneak past all of them. If she could probably go up to Queen Cersei herself and kill her off. That's what good Arya Stark has been. So overall, nearly every single character has some great things. I say this 2 saddest deaths for this entire series. Well, 3 saddest deaths for this entire season, not series. The entire season is Holdor's death, number 1. Second, Margaery Tyrell. Sad to see her go. And third, 1-1. I don't miss Ramsay Bolton. Will not miss him. But I do enjoy the guy who played him. I think he did a great job playing him. But overall, it was a pretty low-key death for all the characters that could have died. Overall, I'm happy for where they are. And not to mention, surprise faces, before I forget, the Hound returns. He's working for the Brotherhood without banners, and he's back. So, plus side, yay, the Hound's back. So, overall, Season 6 of Game of Thrones, I'm going to give it a 9.2, 9.3 out of 10. I do not know if I like it better than Season 1. Right now, my ranking for all the Game of Thrones season is Season 5. I gave that 8.7, 8.6 out of 10. It's a B season. Then, after that, I gave Game of Thrones Season 3. I gave a 9 out of 10. Then for Season 1 of Game of Thrones, I gave like a 9.3 out of 10. But Season 6, when I get it again, when I rewatch it all completely, I'll probably like it more than Season 1. But overall, Season 4 is still, to me, a superior season than Game of Thrones Season 6. And also Game of Thrones Season 2 is still my favorite Game of Thrones season. It's probably never going to be beaten. But overall, Game of Thrones Season 6, I'm giving it a freaking 9.2 out of 10. I enjoyed this season. I thought it was very well written for the most part. I believe there are tons of flaws. They're not like a tons of flaws, but it had these moments where it just irks me and it just makes me so frustrated with the series. But that's what Game of Thrones is. If you're not frustrated with the series yet, then you're not watching Game of Thrones because you're downright gonna be frustrated. And rest in peace, Hodor and Marjorie. And 1-1. Overall, again, let me know what y'all think. Subscribe if you like this. Screen down and bottom, leave comment down below. Let me know. Respect my opinion, respect yours. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Game of Thrones Season 6. Alright, everyone, named Lee signing off. And good day, everybody. Bye.